is a presentation of the ND Sports Channel.
Rishal has it. Rishal puts up a long three. It's in at the buzzer! 10:50 to go here, and the faceoff is won by North-South onto the stick of Caitlin Armin. Armin feeds it in for Abby Promisberger, and Promisberger with the hat trick. 41-37, 4:25 to go here as the Kindred Vikings will work it down low, and now there's slam dunk and one. How about that? A slam dunk by Gavin Keller, and he got fouled on the two-handed throwdown. And he'll put it right on goal and right into the goal! Ethan Olsen on a free kick. Henningsgaard, as he tries to cut through the lane. Outlet pass into the corner there for Heinitz. Back over to Henningsgaard, wide open for three. Got it and one! Wow! And put your outfielders in left center, because that one's going to left field and that's gone. That is a two-run shot for Kenzie McKinnon. It's taken away there by Carson Abrahamson. She has a breakaway, one-on-one, hard, she scores! 16 fouls, and the pass is intercepted by Overby. Overby has an opportunity to dunk it! He nailed it, the two-handed throwdown! And it's the Fargo North Spartans. They come into this one with one win, one loss. They lost 8-5 to the Hankinson Fast Pitch, also known as Hankinson, Tri-State, Ross Holt, Wymer, Lidgewood, Fairmont, a few others. And they would lose 8-5, and then they would bounce back in a second game that day with a big win over Fargo Shanley. I can't recall off the top of my head what the score was, but something tells me it was 11-2, if I remember the text from Coach Howe for Fargo North correctly. So once again, thanks so much for joining us here. 57 degrees. First pitch is scheduled for 4:30. That's approximately 2 minutes away. Home plate is going to be right down in the corner of the end zone, right on the goal line and the sideline there. And then first base will be right down the goal line. Second base is going to be at the 20-yard line there, about just on the inside of the near hash marks. And then third base will be right on the 20-yard line and the near sideline. You can probably see third base the best out of all those bases. Foul lines, of course, the near sideline and then the goal line of the end zone. Those are the two foul lines, so we'll do our best to keep track of any pitches that maybe hit foul is what I'm trying to say. The crowd mic is working well. You might hear a lot of wind. We're going to try and filter that out the best we can here. And let's go over the lineups while we have a chance here. Scoreboard's off to the right. You may not be able to see it in camera, but that's the reason why we have it up there on the corner there. Lineups here. Fargo Moorhead will be out in the field first. Fargo North will be batting first. So for the Fargo North Spartans, batting first and your starting pitcher is going to be the junior Gabby Oleg. Batting second will be the third baseman, the junior Sophia Ochoa. Batting third will be the shortstop, the senior Taya Opine. Batting fourth will be the catcher, the junior Alex Agee. Batting fifth, the sophomore first baseman, Ava Kalbrenner. Batting sixth will be the senior center fielder, Greta Rader. Batting seventh will be the senior second baseman, Sophia Cody. And batting eighth will be the sophomore left fielder, Sammy Sanford. Batting ninth will be the right fielder and a junior, Alexa Hamry. Ellie Wiest, Haley Ellebrock. Ellie Wiest is a sophomore. Ellebrock's a senior. Sam Martin, a senior. Caitlin Armin, a junior. Kaylee McCleary, a junior. On the roster, but not starting, at least not at the beginning of the game here for the Fargo North Spartans. For the Moorhead Spuds, your batting lineup looks like this. The batting first and starting at second base will be the freshman Kate Galbranson. Batting second will be the sophomore center fielder Kenzie Downer. Batting third will be the catcher. She's a senior, Althea Bradstein. Batting fourth will be your starting pitcher. She's also a senior, Drew Severson. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, Maddie Spaeth. She is a freshman this year. Batting sixth will be the first baseman, Yitzel Delgado, who is a junior for the Moorhead Spuds this year. Batting seventh, and your shortstop is Bria Holm. Bria is an eighth grader for the Spuds. Batting eighth is your designated hitter, and that is Hannah Bratling. And then batting ninth is the right fielder and the freshman Ryan Mohagan. Your flex and playing out in left field and not batting, Haley Floberg. Two other players on the roster, but not starting immediately. Anna Kaiser, a freshman, and Cora Halls, a freshman for the Moorhead Spuds. So I know they're waiting on some assistance here with the PA and all that good stuff. So while we wait for that to get resolved, we'll take a short time out, and we'll come right back with more / the conclusion of your pregame show right after this here on the ND Sports Channel.
The game is close. It's a big rivalry. Students jump out of their seats while the cheerleaders lead the chanting. Everyone is on edge. The shot is up and the buzzer sounds. All eyes follow the ball. Will it fall through the net? You can hear the hush of the crowd. With your whistle, you watch if his feet were inside the line or not. The crowd erupts. It's a game winner. Or is it? You make the call. Become an official. Contact your local high school. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores, every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter. Search @NDScores to get the same scores on your mobile device every night.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In our first year and 4 months on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you a total of 407 games, and 377 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 377 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage if not for the sponsors who support our sports webcast. We ask that you please patronize and support the sponsors you hear about in this sports broadcast on the ND Sports Channel. Join us and put your business products and services in front of an average of 234 viewers per game. Let's team up.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in North Dakota so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in North Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hey, welcome back. They got the PA working here. We'll have the national anthem in just a little bit. Do the starting lineups first, I guess. your lineups once again. Gabby Oleg batting first, your starting pitcher. Sophie Ochoa batting second, your third baseman. Batting third, Teo Opine, the shortstop. Batting fourth, the catcher, Alex Agi. Batting fifth is Ava Kalbrenner, the first baseman. Batting sixth, Greta Rader, the center fielder. Batting seventh, Sophia Cody, the second baseman. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Sammy Sanford. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Alexia Emery.
Head coach of the Fargo Spartans, Ariel Jones, is the rest of the coaches, players, and staff of the Fargo Spartans High School girls basketball softball team.
And now the PA announcer will go over your starters for the Moorhead Spuds.
And now let's get the starting lineup for our Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School.
Batting first will be Kate Galbranson. Galbranson, there we go. Now I got it. Batting second, Kenzie Downer. Batting third, Althea Bradstein. Batting fourth, Drew Severson. Batting fifth, Maddie Spaeth. See if I got that right. I did. Batting sixth, Yitzel Delgado. And batting seventh is the eighth grader, Bria Holm. Batting eighth will be number 13, Hannah Bratlin. She is the designated hitter. And batting ninth, Rianne Mohagan. I was told it was Ryan by one of her teammates. And then Haley Floberg is the flex playing in left field.
Of the Moorhead High School Spuds girls basketball softball team. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could stay risen and face our national flag toward the East area football stadium as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed by the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so clearly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and a good job to whoever sang that national anthem for us there. As that person exits the press box, we are now at 4:40 p.m., so just a couple minutes behind schedule here, but nothing to worry about. 57 degrees here at first pitch. Take some warm-up pitches before that first pitch. do our best to maybe get a little bit closer to the action here with our camera. Once again, first base is about 60 feet down the goal line on the end zone there. Second base is up here at the 20-yard line on the far side of the near hash marks. Third base is right here on the 20-yard line on the near sideline, just to the right of where the white and the orange meet. And then home base is down in the corner there. The white fence, which you can't see on camera now, and that's okay. You'll see it sooner than later, is approximately 200 feet from left to center to right. The foul lines are the near sideline and the goal line along the end zone. All right, so Gabby Olick will be your first batter for the Spartans here. His first pitch is going to come at 4:42 this afternoon. Once again, Drew Severson in the circle, and that'll be a hit right out into center field there. That's good for a single for Olick, and that will bring up Sophie Ochoa, the junior. So far, so good for the Fargo North Spartans. Taya Opheim is on deck with Alex Agee right behind her. Batters 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. So Ochoa, the third baseman, now into the batter's box here as Severson will wind up and deliver the pitch, and now want to be popped up and drop foul, strike one. So once again, the runner on first, Gabby Olick for the Spartans. The batters, Sophie Ochoa and Taya Opheim on deck. Opheim, if I remember correctly, batted 4th last year. She's moved up one in the lineup to number 3, at least for the early part of the season. Once again, Spartans 1-1 on the year. They lost to Hankinson fast pitch, and then they would bounce back with a win over Fargo Shanley. I do not know if that was a ball or a strike. Steal attempt at second. Olick's in safely. Once again, we'll do our best to filter out that wind in the crowd mic there. So I believe it's a ball and 2 strikes to Sophie Ochoa, I believe. There's nothing on the scoreboard that represents balls and strikes, so I'll have to keep my eyes on the umpire and do the best I can on that for you. Swing and a miss. That should be strike 3, and it is, and that's out number 1 for the Spartans. Struck out swinging there, and that'll bring up the senior, Taya Opheim, who led the team in home runs last year for Fargo North. Three minutes into the ball game, and Fargo North has their third batter up to the batter's box. That pitch will come down a little bit low. That'll be ball 1 to Taya Opheim. Alex Agee, the junior, is on deck, and she will get to the plate. Kalbrenner's right behind her if we can get that far into the lineup. Right now, one away, and a runner on second is Gabby Olick. Opheim will foul that one back. Strike 1. 1-1 the count now, to the best of my knowledge. Once again, Severson in the circle here for the Moorhead Spuds, and she'll wind up and deliver the pitch, and Opheim will foul that one away as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Taya Opheim. Around the bases for the Spuds, you got Yitzel Delgado, the junior, at first. Kate Galbranson, the freshman, at second. Bria Holm, the 8th grader, at shortstop. Maddie Spate, the freshman, at third. And Thea Bradstein, the senior, behind the plate, catching the pitches of Drew Severson. Swing and a miss. And drop third strike. Did they get her? Yes, they did. So Olick advances to third on the drop third strike throwout on the 2-4 there for Opheim. And that'll bring up Alex Agee. Aggie, number 4, for the first 3 batters that Severson has faced, she's thrown 9 pitches, 7 strikes, and 2 balls. 5 minutes into the ball game here so far. Once again, runner on third is Gabby Olick. A little confusion there if Opheim was out or safe. She is indeed out. So she will go to the bench after trying to sell the case unsuccessfully. That pitch will come in a little bit down low. Aggie had to lift up her right leg to avoid getting hit by that one. Ball 1. Severson will wind up, and the 1-0 is fouled back for 1-1. Ava Kalbrenner is on deck. There's 2 away, though. So that means Aggie will have to get on base in order to see Kalbrenner this inning. There's the windup from Severson. Delivery was, I think it was a little high for a ball. We're going to go with 2-1 until I see or hear otherwise. Once again, the junior varsity game is off to our left here on the east side of the football field. Okay, so 2 balls, 1 strike, I think, is what I saw the ref put his fingers up. Or 3-1. 3-1. Because it was 2-1 prior to that pitch. So here's the possible 3-1. And that one will be right to the second baseman for the 3rd out. That is Kate Galbranson making the catch. And that will retire the Spartans here in the top of the 1st. They leave 1 stranded on base. Gabby Olick on 3rd. To the bottom of the 1st we go. The Spuds are up next when we return in 30 seconds here on the ND Sports Channel.
NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search @NDScores and get the same scores on your mobile device every night.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the 1st inning, it's scoreless here between the Spuds and the Spartans. Gabby Olick, your starting pitcher here for Fargo North. Around the bases, you got the sophomore Ava Kalbrenner at 1st. The seniors, Sophia Cody at 2nd. The senior, Taya Opheim at shortstop. And the junior, Sophia Ochoa at 3rd. Behind the plate is the junior Alex Aggie, and in the outfield, the sophomore Sammy Sanford in left, the senior Greta Rader in straightaway center field, and in right, the junior Alexa Hamry. 9 minutes into the ball game, took 9 minutes. Oh, it took about 8 minutes actually to play that top half of the 1st inning. No score through that top half. Fargo no runs on 1 hit, no Moorhead errors, and left 1 on base. And Moorhead up to bat for the first time. Your leadoff batter will be the freshman Kate Galbranson. And then we'll see Kenzie Downer and Althea Bradstein this inning as well. Once again, it was 57 degrees at first pitch, which came at 4:42. That one comes in for a strike. We do have our crowd mics up right behind the umpire, but the wind is kind of... That'll be ball 1. The wind's kind of drowning the umpire out, so. Here's the windup from Olick. That one will be fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 and 2 should be the count here. Olick with the windup. That'll be grounded right into left field. That'll be scooped up there by Sammy Sanford, and that'll be good for a single. Sanford will get it into Opheim, and Opheim will run it into Olick. So Galbraith's on with a single. That brings up Kenzie Downer. Donner. Olick throws the strike. Donner is a sophomore here for the Moorhead Spuds. Once again on deck is Althea Bradstein. She's a senior. Nobody out, runner on first is Galbraithson. And that'll be hit on a direct ground out to first. So it's a double play, and that's 2 away now. And now Althea Bradstein will have to get on base if we want to see Drew Severson this inning. I believe what happened, it was popped up over by the first base there, but it lost it in the sun. But it was a double play. A pitch goes in for a ball. Of course, Fargo North playing home games at Mickelson Field. Fingers crossed that it won't be flooded if, you know, where Jack Williams Stadium is at in Fargo. That is completely underwater. The infield, the outfield, the only thing you can see are a few of the bleachers and the press box area. But everything else is underwater, so there will be no baseball games there for the near future. And then that hill just to the east side of Mickelson Field, the main diamond where they play, is they'll be hit right over to the second baseman, Cody. Cody will fire it over to Kalbrenner. Did she get it? No, she did not get it over there in time. So Bradstein reaches on an error. That one's hit up high center field. It's gone. That is a 2-run homer for Drew Severson. And the Moorhead Spuds are on the board. So Severson goes to center, maybe a little bit towards right center for the 2-run home run. It almost hit the center fielder on the JV game. Actually, no, that'd be the right fielder on the left fielder on the JV game. That one will be fouled away for a strike. Maddie Spaeth is the batter now. So it's a 2-0 lead for the Moorhead Spuds off the 2-run homer. Came 13 minutes into the ball game to get our first scoring of the game. Swing and a miss for a strike. I believe that was a ball. And if it is, it's a 1-2 count. Spaeth will foul that one away, and she'll stay alive for at least one more pitch. On deck is Yitzel Delgado if Spaeth can get on deck. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Moorhead with a 2-0 lead here over Fargo North. Fargo North 1-1. I believe this is Moorhead's first game of the year, but don't quote me on that. I'll try and find that out between innings here. Here's the windup in the delivery, and that one will be hit into center field, a grounder, and sliding for it was Rader, but it went past her all the way to the fence. And rounding second is Spade, and she has a chance for the inside the park home run, and that's exactly what happens. It's an inside the park home run for Maddie Spade, the freshman for the Moorhead Spuds, and it's 3-0. We called a handful of those last summer. Still looking for the inside the park grand slam. Called the inside the park home run, a 2-run inside the park home run, and a 3-run inside the park home run last season. But we're still waiting for that inside the park grand slam. And now Yitzel Delgado, the junior, will face pitch number 17 from Gabby Olick. 16 pitches in 16 minutes for Olick, and that comes across for a strike. 0-1 the count. If Delgado can get on base, Bria Holm, the 8th grader, is on deck. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. And she got her looking. And that will end the inning. Fargo North will get out of this inning, only allowing 3. And up for the Spartans, it's Kalbrenner, Rader, and Cody, batters 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup when we come back after this on the ND Sports Channel. Watch all the games on the ND Sports Channel on your home television screen. If your smart TV, Blu-ray, Xbox, PlayStation, 4K, or DVD player has access to the YouTube app, you can watch the ND Sports Channel on your big screen TV right at home, both live games and replays. Simply click on the YouTube app on your smart TV, and with the remote, move over to the search button, type in or highlight ND Sports Channel, and then select the live feed. Or you can browse the game library and watch a previous game on demand anytime you would like. We invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/ND Sports Channel. You can also watch live games and replays of games on your mobile device using the YouTube app, which can be downloaded from your mobile device's app store if it's not already on your device. Thanks for watching the ND Sports Channel. It's ND Sports Online. All right, welcome back. Top of the second, Moorhead Spuds jump out to a 3-0 lead their first time at bat. And now we'll see the Spartans for the second time here. Ava Kalbrenner, the sophomore, will bat up first, followed by Greta Rader and Sophie Cody. Drew Severson, this is pitch 15 for her, and it comes in for ball, I believe. 1-0, the count. Severson winds up, delivers one up high for 2-0. Here's the windup. That one's down low, 3-0. 3 balls on 3 pitches, 17 pitches total. 9 strikes and 8 balls on the split. That's down low, and so that first pitch was a strike then. Strike, ball, 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 3-1. So 18 pitches, 10 strikes, 8 balls. And here's the 3-1. 3-2, nice pitch down the middle there by Severson. We didn't get a chance to go through the outfield last time for Moorhead. In left, you got Haley Floberg. In center, Kenzie Donner. And then in right, it's Ryan Mohagan. And that one will roll out in the center field all the way to the fence. And it's good for at least a double for Kalbrenner, and that's where she'll put on the brakes. And now we'll see Greta Rader for the first time this year on the ND Sports Channel. Rader, a senior this year.
So Raider will face pitch 21 from Severson. 20 minutes into the ball game, 57 degrees at first pitch. It's 54 right now. It's dropped 3 degrees. It's dropped 3 degrees in 20 minutes. Here's the windup and the delivery. Got in there for a strike. I believe the count is 1-1. Here's the 1-1. A little low for ball 2. And that one will hit the turf before it reaches the plate. And that should make the count 3 balls and a strike. If it is 3-1, it is a ball, a strike, ball, and a ball in that order on 4 pitches between Severson and Raider. Once again on deck is Sophie Cody. She's also a senior for the Spartans. Nobody out. Runner on second, Ava Kalbrenner. Here's the windup from Severson. Down low, that's ball 4, and now runners on first and second, and that brings up the senior, Sophia Cody. .57 at first pitch, 54 now. Throughout the remainder of this game here, we'll be in the about the low 50s. We'll probably be at about 51, 52 by the time this game wraps up tonight. Runners on first and second with Sophia Cody and nobody out here in the top of the second. Tying run at the plate for Fargo North. That one finds its way into center field. Rounding third is Ava Kalbrenner, and that is 1 run for the Spartans. And a head first slide into third, and she is safe. That is Greta Rader in at third, so it's an RBI single for Sophia Cody, scoring Ava Kalbrenner from second and advancing Rader over to third, and that'll bring up Sammy Sanford, the sophomore, batter number 8 in the lineup here for the Spartans, who get 1 on the board now, and it's 3-1. So Sanford, the sophomore. Runners on the corners, Cody on first, Rader on third. Here's the windup and the delivery from Severson, and that will be batted right over to the first baseman for the direct ground out. And Rader will score from third. I believe, anyway. They haven't, yes, they did. So Hamry will foul that pitch away there. So Cody, the runner on second. It's 3-2. The Spartans are back within 1 with 1 away. And Alexa Hamry, the batter, 0-1 on the fouled away pitch. And here's the 0-1 delivery from Severson. Inside, forcing Hamry to spin around, ball 1. Once again, it's approximately 200 feet to the outfield. At some points, it might be closer to 175 over on right field there. And it's probably a little bit less than 200 feet. It's probably about 190 if I'm doing the math right. Outfield fence on the 55-yard line there. That would be about 190 as Alexa Hamry fouls that one away and nearly takes out a couple of her own teammates on the bench there. 1-2 the count. 30 pitches now for Drew Severson in the circle for Moorhead. And pitch 31 on the horizon here. It's 1-2 the count to Hamry, the junior. The senior Cody on second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled into the dirt. It'll remain 1-2. All the Fargo North games will be on the ND Sports Channel. A majority of them live video. There may be 1 or 2 we'll have to tape delay. And there may be 1 or 2 that we'll have to do radio. I know the
There's a swing and a miss, and Hamry goes down on strikes. So that's 2 away, bringing up the junior Gabby Olick, who's 1 for 1 with a single to center fielder last time at the plate. As I was saying earlier, the games against Bismarck and Bismarck Legacy in Bismarck, those will be radio-only broadcast. The reason for that is the Bismarck Public School system does not allow video of games. They have some rule where they only allow 2 games on video per school per year. I've heard a lot of negative feedback about that, but we got to follow the rules. So those 2 games will be a radio broadcast unless we can talk them into allowing us to do video. So we'll see what we can do for you there on that. Olick will fire that one right back to Severson, and Severson will put it into the glove of Delgado, and that will strand Cody on second, and that will end the inning. Spartans get 2 of the 3 back that they gave up in the bottom of the first, and now we'll go to the bottom of the second and see how Moorhead responds right after this on the ND Sports Channel.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in North Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
ND Softball All-Stars has a new look on a new website that gives you easy access to what you want to know about upcoming activities, All-Star game records, college commitments, and easy access to every episode of the ND Softball All-Stars podcast. Visit the new website at ndsballstars.com. Every year, the top seniors in the state get one more chance to play the game they love. Please consider a donation to help support this great program. Send your gift to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota, 58109. All right, welcome back. We move now to the bottom of the second inning. Moorhead up to bat. They scored 3 in the bottom of the first. Fargo North got 2 of those 3 back in the top of the second. We'll see what Fargo or Moorhead does now. It's Bria Holm, the 8th grader, who'll lead things off. Batters 7, 8, 9, the bottom of the order for the Spuds. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. Olick will wind up and deliver the pitch a little bit high, 1-1 the count. Once again, around the bases for the Spartans. Kalbrenner at first, Cody at second, Opine the shortstop, Ochoa at third, Agee behind the plate, and Olick in the circle. And that is strike 3. That's going to bring up Hannah Bratlin, the sophomore. That one's up high for a ball to Bratlin. In the outfield for the Spartans, Sammy Sanford in left, Alexa Hamry in right, Greta Rader straightaway center field. And she'll get a piece of that one. It'll go into the books as a fouled away pitch. Left field is closer to the near sideline here. And then right field's on the far sideline. Matter of fact, you can see Alexa Hamry standing right about the 10-yard line there in the middle, or the left-hand portion of your screen there. Here's the windup and the delivery. Up high for a ball. And that will come in for a strike. I believe, no, not yet. And that'll be ball 4. So that's 29 pitches for Olick now, 19 strikes, 10 balls. Hannah Bratlin on first, and now it brings up, I was told it's Ryan. And I was also told it was Ryan. We'll find out, I guess. Moorhead, I can tell you for sure is his last name.
The right fielder, number 3, Ryan Moorhead.
Okay, we'll go with Ryan Moorhead, freshman. That one's up high. Runner Bratlin will take off for second, make it in standing on the pass ball. All right, so 3-0 the count. I just figured out the scoreboard, how they have that set up there. And that should be ball 4, and that is indeed the case. So, runners on first and second now, and Kate Galbranson will come up. She's 1 for 1 with a single to left field her last time at the plate. Oleg, I have her down for 33 pitches in 31 minutes, according to my numbers. Pitch 34 coming up here to Galbranson, the freshman, for the Spuds, and that comes in for strike 1.
The Spuds lead out batter. Second baseman number 4, Kate Galbranson.
That one's a little low. 1-1 the count now to Galbranson. And that one's a little bit low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Once again, 7-inning games. 10-run rule would apply in 5 if one of those teams should get a 10-run lead. That will be popped up, foul territory towards the Fargo North bench, and I could use the word dugout, even though it's not really a dugout. 2-2 the count. The softball field the Spuds normally play off is off in the distance to our left. It's almost playable, but there's a little bit of snow on the infield yet, so they got the turf field taken care of. And strikeout for Oleg there. That brings up Kenzie Donner, the sophomore. 0 for 1.
Number 9, Kenzie Donner.
She line drived out her last time at the plate. And that one will be popped up, foul, and out of play. Two away here in the bottom of the second. And a strike to end the inning. Caught her window shopping. That sends us to the top of the third. Batters 2, 3, and 4. Ochoa, Opheim, and Aggie due up for the Spartans when we come back after this here on the ND Sports Channel. The Fargo North softball team is live for a second season on the ND Sports Channel. Live broadcast of every game, home and away, including every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for the Fargo North Spartans will be live on the ND Sports Channel. Video broadcasts of most regular season games, as well as radio broadcasts of the regional and state tournament. Get the most accurate and up-to-date Spartan softball broadcast schedule on our website at ndsportschannel.com/game schedule. All right, we head to the top of the third now. 54 degrees under a partly cloudy sky. We started out at 57 with the first pitch at 4:42. That puts us 34 minutes into the ball game here.
Things off for Fargo North, third baseman number 6, Sophie Ochoa.
Sophie Ochoa will lead things off here for Fargo North. And that'll be hit right over the third baseman. Spade tried to barehand grab it. Wasn't able to get that accomplished, and as a result, Ochoa is on first. That brings up the senior, Teo Opine. 0 for 1 was thrown out on a drop third strike, and Ochoa advanced to second on the pass ball. Ball 1 to Opine. The windup and the delivery. Now come across for a strike. 1-1 to Opine. Swing and a miss. Ball went below the bat. Strike 2 to Opine. Once again, the runner on second is Ochoa. Severson in the circle. I have her down for 37 pitches so far. And Opine will drill that one. Was it fair or foul? I believe it was foul. Once again, the foul line down left field is the near sideline of the football field here. The foul line down right field is the goal line of the end zone. And that one will fall a little short for a ball. 2-2 the count now to Opine. $15 doubles and 1 triple officially last year for the Spartans. And there's their first home run for Teo Opine. And it's a 2-run shot over the left field fence, and the Fargo North Spartans will take the lead. You knew it was going to happen sooner or later. So Opine sends one out of here over the left field fence, and that'll bring up Alex Agee, the junior. Agee's 0 for 1 with a line drive outer last time at the plate. Right over to the second baseman, which was the hit to end the inning. Nobody out. 4-3 lead for the Spartans, and a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Alex Agee. Ava Kalbrenner on deck. Greta Rader right behind Kalbrenner in the lineup. Batters 4, 5, and 6. We should see all 3 of those people here in this inning, as there's nobody out right now. That one will be fouled away for strike 2. So Agee quickly down 0-2 in the count. Severson has thrown 27 strikes so far. And that'll be a one-hopper right back to Severson, who fires it to Delgado for the out, and that's one away on the ground out on a 1-3, bringing up Ava Kalbrenner. Kalbrenner's 1 for 1. She doubled out into center field her last time at the plate.
The first baseman number 10, Ava Kalbrenner.
That pitch will come. I didn't see the ref's call there. I think it's a ball. It looked like it was outside, but it's either 2-0 or 1-1. I know for sure it's 1-0 now. And that one will be popped straight up, and making a run for it, but not able to grab it was Bradstein. She may have lost it in the sun. That'll drop for a strike. We are up high here in the press box, just at about the 45-yard line of the football field. So you can see on the bottom of your screen there, the 20 and the 30, and we're about 10, 15 yards to the left of the edge of your screen here. Looking to our right at home plate. That comes across for a strike, and that will be strike 2. That means that first pitch was a ball. So 2-2 to count officially. And that'll be drilled right over the shortstop. And the throw to first is not in time. That will go into the books as an error on Delgado, the first baseman. And I'll bring up Greta Rader. 0 for 0. She was walked her last time at the plate. Batter number 6 on the lineup here for the Spartans. 1 away in the top of the third. Spartans lead 4-3. Pitch fouled away into the turf for strike 1. A little low for a ball, 1-1. 42 minutes into the game. His first pitch came at 4:42 this afternoon. Scheduled for 4:30, but swing and a miss for a strike there. Had some issues with the PA, so that's what the short delay was in that. Once again, we're in the top of the third with 1 away, and the runner on first is Ava Kalbrenner for the Fargo North Spartans. The batter, the senior Greta Rader. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and she'll foul that one away. It'll remain 1-2. Severson, I have her down for 52 pitches now. 34 of them have been strikes. This is the windup on pitch 53. And that one will be fouled away, and Rader will stay alive for at least 1 more pitch. Once again, if you're not familiar with the categories there, a strike is anything that is not a ball. So a fouled away pitch, a home run, a single, a double, a triple, or a swing and a miss, that's all goes into the strike category. And that will come across as a strike, a drop third strike, and she will run that out, I believe. Yes, she will. All right, so after all the discussion is over with there, we will have runners on first and second. Kalbrenner on second, Rader on first. Now the batter is Cody, Sophie Cody. She's 1 for 1 with a single into medium center field her last time up. Here's the windup from Severson. Up high for a ball. Ball 1. Once again, 1 away, 2 runners on. Cody, the batter for the Spartans, who lead 4-3. They got that lead on a 2-run homer by Teo Opheim earlier this inning. And that one will be a line drive right over to Bria Holm. And then she'll step on the bag to get Kalbrenner out. And that will end the inning. So it's a double play on a 6, because I'm not sure if that's a 6 or a 6-6. We'll figure it out. It's a double play regardless, ending the inning. There we go. And we'll be back after this on the ND Sports Channel.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
All right, we'll come out of that break a little bit early here. Althea Bradstein is up to bat right now for Moorhead. And Bradstein will pop out for out number 1, and now that Drew Severson will take ball number 1. So that went by really, really quick. Severson, 1 for 1. She hit the 2-run homer to get the Spuds on the board last time she was at the plate. Now she's facing a 1-0 count. Here's the windup in the delivery. Looked a little low, but high enough for a strike, according to the umpire behind the plate, and we'll go with that. 1-1 to count. Like I said, I'm far enough away where I'll have to take the umpire's word for it. A swing and a miss, strike 2 to Drew Severson. Severson, once again, a senior this year for the Spuds, 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer. And that accounts for the 2 runs that Moorhead has up to this point in the game. The windup from Oleg comes across for a strike. Strikeout looking. That brings up Maddie Spaeth. Maddie Spaeth. Oh, check that. The last batter, Drew Severson, had a solo home run, and then we'll straighten that out here in just a moment. Okay, so now Spaeth gets on with a single. Okay, so it was a 2-run homer for Severson, and then on the very next batter, Spaeth would get a shot out in the center field. Greta Rader would dive for it, wasn't able to collect it, rolled the fence, and good for an inside-the-park home run. So my screen on this side is a little bit smaller. For some reason, I thought the 3 was a 2. So apologize for the mix-up there. And Opine nearly got that one. She was able to bat it down to prevent it from being anything more than a single for Delgado. That'll advance Spaeth to second and bring up the 8th grader, Bria Holm. So it goes on the books as an infield single for Delgado, and then on Bria Holm, the 8th grader. That comes across for a strike. She struck out looking her last time at the plate. And Holm will fire that one right over towards Sophia Cody. Cody will fire it over to Opine to get the out at second, and that will end the inning. It's 4-3 as we head to the top of the 4th. Spartans lead by 1, and they're up to bat next after this on the ND Sports Channel.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
All right, welcome back. Top of the 4th now. Spartans up to bat with a 1-run lead, and Sammy Sanford swing and a miss, strike 1. She's 0 for 1 on a direct ground out to first her last time at the plate. Alexa Hamry and Gabby Olick, batters 8, 9, and 1 will be the 3 batters we see for sure here in this inning. That'll be a 1 bouncer right back to Severson over to Delgado for the 1-3 ground out. That'll bring up Alexa Hamry. Hamry's 0 for 1, struck out swinging her last time at the plate. We reached the 52-minute mark of the ball game here, and Severson will throw pitch 59 to Alexa Hamry. It's the windup and the delivery, and Hamry will reach for that. It'll be a short hopper. Will she run it out? No, she will not. It'll be a 1-3 ground out. Back-to-back 1-3 ground out. Spartans 1-2. And now it's up to Gabby Olick, top of the order for the Spartans, to make sure it's not a 1-2-3 inning for the Spartans. Once again, around the bases for the Spuds. Delgado at first, Galbranson at second, Holm at shortstop, Spaeth at third, Bradstein behind the plate catching, Severson in the circle, Haley Floberg in left, Kenzie Donner in center, and Ryan Moorhead in right. I'll get it right here eventually. Time will be called. That'll allow everybody to take an extra breath here as Olick will step back into the batter's box. And Severson winds up and delivers the pitch, and that's fouled away. Over the backstop netting there, nearly hit the crowd mic that we have down there. That'll come across as a strike. 2 strikes now to Olick. A ball and 2 strikes to be exact. There's the windup in the delivery, and that will be smacked out into left field, and it'll be, I believe that's a ground rule double as it bounces over the fence, and that will indeed be the case. So Olick on with a ground rule double. Find that stat book. There it is. And that brings up Sophie Ochoa, the junior. Ochoa 1 for 2. Strikeout swinging and singled her last time at the plate. It was an infield single, and that one's going to be popped up towards right field, and the catch is made by Moorhead. Yes, there we go. We got it. That will end the inning. We will go now to the bottom of the 4th as the Spartans leave 1 stranded. Bratland, Mohegan, and Galbranson, batters 8, 9, and 1 for the Spuds. Right after this on the ND Sports Channel. Watch all the games on the ND Sports Channel on your home television screen. If your smart TV, Blu-ray, Xbox, PlayStation, 4K, or DVD player has access to the YouTube app, you can watch the ND Sports Channel on your big screen TV right at home, both live games and replays. Simply click on the YouTube app on your smart TV, and with the remote, move over to the search button, type in or highlight ND Sports Channel, and then select the live feed.
or you can browse the game library and watch a previous game on demand anytime you would like. We invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/ND Sports Channel. You can also watch live games and replays of games on your mobile device using the YouTube app, which can be downloaded from your mobile device's app store if it's not already on your device. Thanks for watching the ND Sports Channel. It's ND Sports Online. All right, bottom of the fourth. Spuds trail by 1. That one will be fouled away by Bratland for the first strike. And she's 0 for 0. She was walked on 4 pitches, or no, walked on 5 pitches her last time at the plate. Olick with 51 pitches, make it 52, and it's a 1-1 count to Bratland. On 52 pitches, 34 strikes, 18 balls, 57 minutes into the ball game. Here's the pitch, and that'll be right over the third baseman, Ochoa. Ochoa across the diamond and reaching up is Kalbrenner. She keeps her foot on the bag, and that's one away for the Spuds, bringing up Moorhead. So it's a 5-3 ground out. So Moorhagen, the freshman, 0 for 0. She was walked her last time at the plate. And Olick will wind up and deliver the pitch, and Moorhagen has to jump up. Ball 1. That one be hit foul down the left field line. Part of me wanted to say out of play, but there really isn't a fence, so everything's in theory in play. If somebody could run over there and grab it that quick, I would think anyway, but 1-1 to count. That is ball 2, I believe. I didn't hear him or see him signal any strikes on that one. Here's the windup. Up high, that's ball 3. So ball, fouled away pitch, followed by 2 balls, and it's 3-1. Nobody on base, 1 away. And that's ball 4. So Ryan Moorhagen walks. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Kate Galbranson. There we go, I'll get it. Galbranson.
Next to that, Moorhead from the out there. Second baseman number 4, Kate Galbranson.
That one's going into the gap in left center. Rounding third, I meant, is Moorhagen. She'll score. And it's an RBI triple for Galbranson. So it's tied up at 4-4 now. That pitch comes up high for a ball. Kenzie Downer, 0 for 2. A line drive out and struck out looking in that order on her last 2 trips to the plate. It's the pitch. That one's going to be popped up, going down towards right field, running for it. No, she could not make the grab. That'll be a single, make it a double. And that will give Moorhead the lead. 5-4 as the RBI double scores Galbranson from third. That comes at the 1 hour mark of the ball game. That's a 1 bouncer to Opheim, and Opheim will not make the throw. Instead, she will make sure that
Downer does not leave second base, and that will put Bradstein on first and bring up Drew Severson. So it's an infield single.
The Spuds cleanup batter, the pitcher number 6, Drew Severson.
Drew Severson had the home run to give the Spuds a 2-0 lead. Swing and a miss there. I believe it's a ball and a strike. She struck out looking her last time at the plate. Once again, runners on first and second. Downer on second, Bradstein on first. The batter is Severson. That one's going to be hit up right field, and making the catch is Hamry. Tagging from second is Downer, and she'll make it, and that puts runners on the corners. So Donner on third, Bradstein on first. Maddie Spaeth is 2 for 2. Inside the park home run and a single to left field.
Third baseman number 10, Maddie Spaeth.
Here's the windup. And that one's going to be hit out into center field, right center. Two-hopper picked up by Rader. 1 run will score. Moorhead now leads 6-4 as Downer will come in from third. Bradstein from first to third on the RBI single by Maddie Spaeth. Out into the gap in right center.
The first baseman number 14, Yitzel Delgado.
That brings up the junior, Yitzel Delgado. 1 for 2, struck out looking, and a single to shallow left her last time at the plate. First pitch comes across for strike 1 to Delgado. Runners on the corners, Spaeth on first, Bradstein on third, swing and a miss by Delgado, strike 2. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Moorhead scored 3 in the bottom of the 1st and 3 in this inning so far, and it's going to be 4, possibly 5, as that one goes to right field. It'll be a 2-run RBI single for Yitzel Delgado. That brings up the 8th grader, Bria Holm, with 2 away. 0 for 2, struck out looking, and then a 6-3 ground out. Opheim to Kalbrenner on the ground out there last time Holm was at bat. Once again, Holm, an 8th grader for the Spuds. She steps up with a runner on first. Strike 1, the runner on first is Delgado. 0-1 the count now to Holm. Swing and a miss. Bat went low, the pitch went high, and that will end the inning. So we'll go to the top of the 5th now. Opheim, Eggie, and Kalbrenner, batters 3, 4, and 5, when we return after this here on the ND Sports Channel.
NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter. Search @NDScores to get the same scores on your mobile device every night.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities. They're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, welcome back. Taya Opine will lead things off here for the Spartans. It's actually 8-4 and not 7-4 as it shows on your screen there. We'll add one more. As the pitch comes across for a ball to Taya Opine. Opine 1 for 2. She's thrown out on a drop third strike her first time. Second time up, she blasts a 2-run homer over the left field fence. And this one will be fouled away, 1-1 to count. We'll see Alex Agee on deck with Ava Kalbrenner right behind her. Pitch 67 coming up for Drew Severson here. Last season, Opine started out strong, kind of struggled the mid-portion of the season, and then towards the end of the season, she was back in early season form. And we'll see if she can continue this home run streak throughout the whole season this time instead of just 2/3 of it. That's another ball, 2-1 now the count to Taya Opine. 1 hour, 7 minutes into the ball game. First pitch, 4:42. It was 57 degrees when we started this game. Right now, we're under a partly cloudy sky in 54. We'll stay in the 50s, probably at 51 by the time this game comes to an end. It'd be awesome if it stayed warmer than that, but 3 balls and a strike now to Opine. Now, if I was Severson, I might want to throw this one to the outside to see if you can't get Opine to chase it for strike 2. You don't want to throw it down the middle, and that's why. Well, I mean, it worked out that time for the Spuds on a direct ground out, or a line drive out, I meant to say, to Maddie Spaeth at third base. That's one away and brings up Alex Agee, the junior.
And for the Spartans, the catcher, number 5, Alex Agee.
Agee's 0 for 2, a line drive out to the second baseman her first time at the plate, and then a 1-3 ground out her last trip to the plate. And that one's going to be hit up high, center field. It's going back. It has a chance. It's gone. Or is it a double? No, it is a home run. I wasn't sure if it bounced on this side or the other side of the fence. But Alex Agee with a solo homer. And it's 8-5. Spud scoring 5 in the bottom of the 4th to take that 8-4 lead. Now Fargo North gets one back. When the Spuds got out to that 3-0 lead, the Spartans would come back and get 2 of those 3 back in the top of the second. Then they would get 2 more in the top of the third to take the lead at 4-3. And then Moorhead, after holding the Spartans scoreless in the top of the 4th, would put 5 on the board in the bottom. And now 1 so far for Fargo North here in the top of the 5th. And that brings up Ava Kalbrenner. Pitches a ball. Kalbrenner 1 for 2, double the center fielder first time, reached base on an error her last time at the plate. I believe it's 2-0 to Kalbrenner. That's a grounder right over there to Spaeth. Spaeth across the diamond to Delgado for the 5-3 ground out, and that's 2 away, bringing up Greta Rader. Greta Rader is 0 for 1. She was walked her first trip to the plate, and then reached base on a drop third strike, her second plate appearance. Rader, senior this year, plays center field for the Spartans. Here's the pitch. Didn't matter if she checked her swing or not. That was right down the middle for a strike. Nice pitch there by Drew Severson. 1 hour, 10 minutes into the ball game now. Here's the pitch. That's down low for a ball. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Here's the windup in the delivery. And she'll get a piece of that one. Goes in the books as a fouled away pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Greta Rader. Once again, 0 for 1. Walked her first time. Reached base on a drop third strike, her second appearance. And now it's her third plate appearance. And it's a 1-2. And that will be fouled away, and it'll remain 1-2. Back-to-back pitches fouled away by Rader. If Rader can get on base, it'll be Sophie Cody coming up to the plate next for the Spartans. Once again, 8-5, Spuds lead, top of the 5th, and that will be a ball as it didn't quite reach the plate there before hitting the turf. Two balls, 2 strikes. And here's the 2-2. Down low for ball 3. It's a full count, and the next pitch, according to my numbers unofficially, is pitch number 80 for Drew Severson. And it'll be a payoff pitch to Greta Rader. So here's the payoff, and that's ball 4. On 80 pitches, 51 strikes, and 29 balls for Drew Severson. Once again, unofficial numbers. That brings up Sophie Cody. Cody's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Single to center field. And then she grounded out on a 6-3 her last trip to the plate. Runner on first is Greta Rader. Got there via a walk. Here's the pitch 81, down low for ball 1 to Cody. If Cody can get on base, we'll see Sammy Sanford next. That one will come inside. Pass ball will allow Rader to get to second. Again, they have a lead, so unless Fargo North here kind of cuts this lead to like 8-6, 8-7, you might see a pitching change over the next inning or two. Or probably in the next inning here, depending on the outcome of this inning here. 2 away, runner on second is Greta Rader. Here's the pitch. Now be fouled away for a strike. 2-1 to count to Sophie Cody. That'll come across as a strike. Nice pitch there by Severson. Severson, one of 2 seniors on the Spuds. Everybody else, mostly freshmen, and a couple of juniors, including an 8th grader for the Spuds. So a young team. You'll see a majority of these players back over the next couple of seasons here for Moorhead. And that'll be ball 4. Cody will walk. That's pitch 86 for Severson. And that brings up Sammy Sanford, 0 for 2. A 1-3 ground out and a direct ground out to first. Actually flip-flopped that. Direct ground out to first on her first trip to the plate. And then a 1-3 ground out on her most recent plate appearance. We'll see if she can break that 0 for 2 mark and go 1 for 3 on this trip to the plate. Once again, if Sanford can get on, then we'll see the junior Alexa Hamry, batter number 8 in the order right now. Hamry, batter number 9. Severson will wind up and deliver pitch 87. Got a piece of that. It'll be fouled away for strike one. That one's up a little bit high, ball one. Good eye there by Sanford. Sanford, we saw her play some volleyball this year for Fargo North. I have a few volleyball games of the Spartans on our game rewind section of our website at ndsportschannel.com. Sanford will bounce that right back to Severson. It'll be another 1-3 ground out to end the inning. So she's 0 for 3. 2 of those 3 trips on a 1-3 ground out. And that will send us now to the bottom of the 5th. Due up for the Spuds. Bratlin, Moorhead, and Galbranson batters 8, 9, and 1. Oleg will throw pitch 73 when we return after this here on the ND Sports Channel. ND Sup All-Stars has a new look on a new website that gives you easy access to what you want to know about upcoming activities, All-Star game records, college commitments, and easy access to every episode of the ND Sup All-Stars podcast. Visit the new website at ndsballstars.com. Every year, the top seniors in the state get one more chance to play the game they love. Please consider a donation to help support this great program. Send your gift to ND Softball All-Stars, P.O. Box 6544, Fargo, North Dakota, 58109. Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo. All right, welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 5th now. Moorhead up to bat with an 8-5 lead over the Fargo North Spartans. Hannah Bratlin, Ryan Mohagan, and Kate Galbranson, batters 8-9-1. If that sounds familiar, that's because that was the lineup to start the bottom of the 4th. The Spuds went through all 9 batters in the bottom of the 4th to get that 8-4 lead. Fargo North gets 1 back in the top half of the 5th. And now Bratlin will start things off again. Ball 1 on pitch 73 for Oleg. So that's 48 strikes and 25 balls on the split. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Bratlin's 0 for 1, a walk and a ground out. That ground out was a 5-3 over to third base. That pitch will just miss for a ball, 2-1. That is officially 75 pitches now, I should say unofficially. 49 strikes, 26 balls, and make that 50 strikes, and a pop-up, and Oleg would not be able to grab it. It'll drop foul, and Bratlin will have another chance to bat that one away. A little bit far away from my vision. I believe there may have been some confusion on if Oleg or Aggie was going to try and make the catch on that one. It's a full count now to Bratlin. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the payoff from Oleg, and that'll be grounded right over to Ochoa. Ochoa with a one-hopper over to Kalbrenner, and she'll get it there successfully for the 5-3 ground out to put one away, and that brings up Ryan Mohagan. She's 0 for, she was walked every trip to the plate so far this time. So 2 trips to the plate and 2 walks, and this time it's a strike to Mohagan. And back-to-back strikes. A couple of nice pitches there by Gabby Oleg. And Oleg will wind up and deliver the 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Moorhead goes down on 3 pitches. That's 2 away and brings up the top of the order, Kate Galbranson.
Moorhead Spuds leadoff batter. Second baseman number 4, Kate Galbranson.
Swing and a miss, and Oleg has thrown 4 back-to-back strikes now. Galbranson, a single, strikeout looking, and a triple. The single is to left field, the triple is to right center, and that one will drop fair into shallow right. It's good for a single, and Galbranson is 3 for 4 on the afternoon. So that'll bring up the next batter, Kenzie Donner. She's a sophomore, batter number 2 in the lineup here for the Spuds. She is 1 for 3.
And next for the Spuds, center fielder number 9, Kenzie Donner.
First pitch comes across for ball 1. Downer is 1 for 3, a line drive out, struck out looking, and her last trip to the plate, she would double to medium right field. And that one will be right down the third base line. Ochoa to Kalbrenner, got it. 5-3 on the ground out, and that ends the inning. We'll head now to the top of the 6. Spartans up to bat. Hamry, Olek, and Ochoa, batters 9, 1, and 2 when we come back after this short timeout here on the ND Sports Channel. The Fargo North softball team is live for a second season on the ND Sports Channel. Live broadcast of every game, home and away, including every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for the Fargo North Spartans will be live on the ND Sports Channel. Video broadcasts of most regular season games, as well as radio broadcasts of the regional and state tournament. Get the most accurate and up-to-date Spartan softball broadcast schedule on our website at ndsportschannel.com/game schedule. Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo. All right, welcome back. We head now to the top of the 6. Score, Moorhead 8, Fargo North 5.
The Fargo North Spartans on the top of the 6th inning.
Alexa Hamry. Batters 9, 1, and 2. Hamry will face pitch number 90 from Severson to start off the top of the 6 here. Here's the windup and the delivery. Right down the middle for a strike. Beautiful pitch there by Severson, and on 90 pitches, 56 of them have been strikes. The other 34 have been balls. So 0-1 now to Hamry, and here's the 0-1 delivery, and that'll drop a little short, 1-1. Hamry's 0 for 2, struck out swinging her first time to the plate, and then a 1-3 ground out her most recent trip to the plate. 8-5. Both teams have had one, well, Fargo North has had 1 lead and Moorhead has had 2 leads. We've had a total of 2 lead changes in this game. I believe that last pitch was a strike. If it is, the count's 1 and 2. And that will go over the head and drop foul. And they're gonna try for second. It could be a close play, and she's in safely on the double. No error on that play. That was a clean play that dropped right on the left side of the foul line. And Hamry's on with a double, bringing up Gabby Olick, who's 2 for 3. A single, a ground out on a 1-3. And then she got on base last time with a ground rule double, as she would hit one deep to left field and it'd bounce over the fence on a 1-hopper. So runner on second's Hamry. The batter is Gabby Olick. Pitch comes across for a strike to Olick, 0-1. Here's the windup. Swing and a miss. Probably shouldn't have swung at that one, but that should be safe. Her foot wasn't on the bag, at least from my view up here. And the umpire agrees with me there. So Hamry in on the stolen base to third. 60 feet away from making it 8-6. Nobody out. Oleg at the plate, 0-1. I make it, that's 0-2 actually, and a drop third strike that should run out. And that will score Hamry from third to make it 8-6. So nobody out, runner on first is Oleg. Now Sophie Ochoa steps up to the plate for the Spartans. 1 for 3, struck out swinging. Single, an infield single down the third base line. Now she's showing bunt, pulls the bunt back. Oleg takes off for second. She's in safely. Comes across as a strike to Ochoa, but they'll take the strike to move Oleg into scoring position. Once again, Ochoa 1 for 3, struck out swinging, a infield single, and then a fly out her last trip to the plate. Severson now at 97 pitches. He was pitched 98. Up high for a ball, 1-1. I believe it's 1-1. I may have missed a pitch there. We'll find out. That one's popped up. Shallow right field. Running for it, making the grab is Moorhead. Nice running grab there by the freshman. Oleg will hustle back to second safely. So that brings up Taya Opine. 1 for 3, drop third strike, a home run over the left field fence, and a line drive out right to the third baseman her last time. And that one's up high, and it could be on, and it is! Another 2-run homer for Taya Opine, and we're knotted up at 8 here in the top of the 6th. Both of them to pretty much the same spot on the field. And that 2-run homer by Taya Opine was unofficially pitch 100 for Drew Severson. On 100 pitches, 64 strikes, and 36 balls, according to my numbers. And that brings up Alex Agee. Her last time at the plate, she hit a solo home run.
And clean up the catcher, number 5, Alex Agee.
And pitch 101 is in the turf for ball 1. Agee 1 for 3, a line drive out to the second baseman, a 1-3 ground out, her second trip to the plate, and then a home run over the center field fence her last time at the plate, as that pitch comes up high for ball 2. We're knotted up at 8 here in the top of the 6th. Spartans have gotten 3 runs ascending so far. That one's going to be popped up. That should be a play for Severson, and it is. And that would be 2 away now, bringing up Ava Kalbrenner. Kalbrenner 1 for 3, double to center, reached base on an error, and then grounded out on a 5-3 last time at the plate. And this will be a grounder right into left field and through the legs of Haley Floberg. Kalbrenner's going to head into second, and that's where she'll put on the brakes. She'll get credit for a single and then reach second on the error. Should we charge the left 30 or left fielder, excuse me. That brings up Greta Rader, 0 for 1, a walk, drop third strike, and a walk. And that one's popped up. Foul territory. Nice grab there by Yitzel Delgado to end the inning. So they'll leave one stranded, but they do get 3 across the plate, and we're tied at 8 going into the bottom of the 6th. We'll see how Moorhead responds after this on the ND Sports Channel.
Watch all the games on the ND Sports Channel on your home television screen. If your smart TV, Blu-ray, Xbox, PlayStation, 4K, or DVD player has access to the YouTube app, you can watch the ND Sports Channel on your big screen TV right at home, both live games and replays. Simply click on the YouTube app on your smart TV, and with the remote, move over to the search button, type in or highlight ND Sports Channel, and then select the live feed. Or you can browse the game library and watch a previous game on demand anytime you would like. We invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/ND Sports Channel. You can also watch live games and replays of games on your mobile device using the YouTube app, which can be downloaded from your mobile device's app store if it's not already on your device. Thanks for watching the ND Sports Channel. It's ND Sports Online. All right, welcome back. Bottom of the sixth. Do it for Moorhead. Batters 3, 4, and 5. It's Althea Bradstein leading it off for the Spuds, and we'll see Drew Severson and Maddie Spate descending as well.
Here in the bottom of the sixth inning. The catcher, number 17, Althea Bradstein.
All right, Oleg still on the mound. This will be pitch 85 for Gabby. And it's down low for ball one to Althea Bradstein, who's 1 for 3. Let's see here. A single, fly out, and a single. That fly out was an infield fly out. 2 balls and no strikes now to Bradstein. Time of the game, 1 hour 30 minutes as of right now. First pitch came at 4:42. Make that an hour and 31 minutes. It just flipped to 6:13. We started at 57 degrees, and now we're at 50. Dropped 7 degrees in the last 90 minutes as that pitch comes across for a strike. It's either 2-1 or 3-1. We'll go with 2-1 for the moment. Here's the windup in the delivery. Down low for a ball. It was 3-1, and now it's 4-1. And that'll be a walk for Althea Bradstein. And brings up Drew Severson. She hit the home run to get the Spuds on the board, 2-0. Since then, she struck out looking, and she flied out to right field, where Alexa Hamry would make the catch. So pitcher versus pitcher battle, and Gabby Olick will win the first pitch of that battle. Strike one. Bradstein on first, Severson the batter. Bradstein and Severson, the lone 2 seniors on the team. And that'll get past Opheim into center field. Rader will scoop it up, and she'll fire it back in, and that will be good for a double for Severson. No, check that, a single, excuse me. And Bradstein advances to second. Nice diving attempt there by Opheim, but she couldn't quite get to it in time as the ball would sneak by her. So instead of Maddie Spade, oh wait, let's see, is Severson or Hall? Well, we have a courtesy runner on either first or second. Okay.
Courtesy runner, coach. Number 11.
Cora Hall, she's a freshman. She's the courtesy runner on first base for the Spuds right now. Gabby Olick, pitch 92 coming up here for Maddie Spaeth, the freshman. That will be ball one. Runners on first and second. Bradstein on second. Hall's the courtesy runner on first. Spaeth 3 for 3. And inside the park home run, she followed that up with 2 singles. And that's down low for ball 2. 1 hour 33 minutes into the ball game here, 93 pitches. Severson has already crossed the century mark. That one's going to be into left field and just over the glove of Sanford. Didn't quite have long enough arms to get that one in there. And now the Spuds take a 9-8 lead on an RBI double by Maddie Spaeth.
So Spaeth on second, Cora Hall is on third, and now it's Yitzel Delgado, the junior, 2 for 3, struck out looking her first time. Since then, a single to shallow left and a single to deep right. And now she'll foul that one away for strike one. So 9-8 lead, and runners in scoring position for the Spuds. Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Delgado. Nobody out. That's the good news for the Spuds, or if you're a Spartan fan, the bad news for the Spartans. Nobody out, 2 runners in scoring position. Delgado 0-2 count, up high 1-2. Once again, bottom of the 6th inning. And that one will be fired out into right field. That will score holes from third. Rounding third is Spaeth, and there will be no play at home. That's 2 more, and it's 11-8 in favor of the Moorhead Spuds. Here in the bottom of the 6th, and still nobody out. That'll clear the bases for the 8th grader, Bria Holm. Or actually, it won't clear the bases. It'll be a 2-run RBI single for Delgado, is what I meant to say. And now Bria Holm 0 for 3, struck out looking, a ground out on a 6-3, and then a strikeout swinging her last time at the plate. And Olick will throw pitch 99 here to Bria Holm.
And for more, the shortstop, number 7, Bria Holm.
And Holm will fire that one up center field. Greta Rader giving chase and makes the grab. That's one away. Delgado will hold up on first. And that brings up Hannah Bratland. Batter number 8 in the lineup here for the Spuds.
Designated hitter, number 13, Hannah Bratland.
Pitch comes in for ball 1. So on 100 pitches, unofficially, 64 strikes and 36 balls for Gabby Olick. And pitch 101 is a strike. 1-1 to Bratland, the sophomore. 0 for 2. Walk, a ground out, and a ground out. In that order on her 3 trips to the plate this afternoon. And here's the pitch from Olick, down low for a ball. Once again, the runner on first is the junior, Yitzel Delgado. Here's the 1-1 from Olick, and that'll be fired right into the glove of Sophie Cody. Cody fires it to Kalbrenner to get the out. And Delgado will advance to second on the fielder's choice. So another runner in scoring position here, and that brings up Ryan Mohagan. That one comes up just a little bit high for a ball. Had it been a little bit lower, it may have been a strike. 1 hour, 37 minutes into the ball game. Pitch 105 occurred right there, and that's ball 2 to Mohagan. And that one appeared to be a little bit low, but apparently it was high enough for a strike. And that'll make the count 2-1. Here's the windup in the 2-1 delivery, and a swing and a miss, 2-2. Once again, runners on second. Yitzel Delgado for the Spuds, who lead 11-8 here in the bottom of the 6th. Now it's popped up and had a little bit more juice on it. It may have come right into my left hand here, but a little bit short on that one. And fouled away. It'll remain 2-2 as a result. Mohagan once again 0 for 1. A walk, and a strikeout. I'm not sure how that's 0 for 1. Should be 0. Well, we'll figure that one out later. That's a little confusing to me. And that strikeout there will end the inning. We'll go to the top of the 7th. The bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Cody, Sanford, and Hamry do up for the Spartans when we come back after this on the ND Sports Channel.
Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
All right, Sophie Cody will lead things off here. If the Spartans do not score at least 3, Gabby Olick will end the day with 108 pitches, 69 strikes, and 39 balls. Drew Severson at 105. First pitch of this inning will be 106 for Severson. Has reached the 1 hour, 41 minute mark of the ball game here. Once again, the Spartans need a minimum of 3 to send us to the bottom of the 7th. Ball 1 to Cody, who's 1 for 2 with a single to center field, a ground out on a 6-3, and then last time she was at the plate, it was a walk. And that'll be fired right into the glove on a one-hopper to Spaeth, who would fire it to Delgado across the diamond for the 5-3, 1 away, down to the last 2 chances for the Spartans here. And coming up next is Sammy Sanford, the sophomore.
Number 2, Sam Sanford.
Sanford 0 for 3. A direct ground out to first, followed by a 1-3 and a 1-3 ground out. That pitch is a little low for a ball. Ball 1. Spartans will play West Fargo tomorrow, tentatively. It's supposed to be a home game for the Spartans, but their field's not ready yet. There's still some snow to melt. And I talked to athletic director Jay over at West Fargo yesterday, and he said that as of yesterday afternoon, there was still some standing water on their new field. So that game may or may not be played. One hopper, and that was a nice throw by the 8th grader Bria Holm. That's good for a 6-3 ground out, and that's 2 away for the Spartans. So once again, you can check our schedule on our website, ndsportschannel.com. Click on game schedule, and you'll be of the always the most current and accurate game schedule here. If that game does not get played, we might have a different game for you. Swing and a miss. Bat went below the ball on that one for Hamry. Strike 1, who's 1 for 3. Strikeout swinging. A ground out on a 1-3. Last time she doubled out into right field. Now she's down in the count 0-1. Severson with a pitch 112, and that will be fouled away for strike 2. And the Moorhead Spuds are possibly 1 pitch away from making this final. No runners on, 2 away. If Hamry can get on base, he'll go to the top of the order with Gabby Olick. Here's the 0-2. Outside for a ball, and Hamry stays alive for at least 1 more pitch. Time of the game so far, 1 hour, 43 minutes. Pitch 114 coming up here for Severson. Swing and a miss, and that won the game. Your final score, the Moorhead Spuds 11, and the Fargo North Spartans 8.
Final score, Moorhead 11, Fargo North 8.
We'll take a timeout, come back in a little bit here with your post-game show, and then wrap things up here from Moorhead High School after this on the ND Sports Channel.
The game is close. It's a big rivalry. Students jump out of their seats while the cheerleaders lead the chanting. Everyone is on edge. The shot is up and the buzzer sounds. All eyes follow the ball. Will it fall through the net? You can hear the hush of the crowd. With your whistle, you watch if his feet were inside the line or not. The crowd erupts. It's a game winner. Or is it? You make the call. Become an official. Contact your local high school. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search @NDScores and get the same scores on your mobile device every night. All right, welcome back. Your final score one more time here. We'll get rid of that scoreboard on the bottom there. I'm not sure why that is showing up like that. There we go. Your final score, Moorhead Spuds 11 and the Fargo North Spartans 8. The Spuds are 1-0 at home. We know that for sure. And we'll have to double check to see if we can find out if they played it in another game. The Fargo North Spartans are 1-3 on the year now. Lost the opener to Hankinson Fast Pitch. They would come back with a win, a big win over Fargo Shanley. And today they fall in a back-and-forth game. It was actually a really good game. The Moorhead Spuds had a little bit more gas in the tank than the Spartans did this time around. And they would pick up the win, 11-8, your final. Your stats for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Fargo North Spartans. Let's see here. Gabby Olick, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, scored 1 run and 2 hits, 1 single, 1 double, and 1 RBI, batted .500. For Sophie Ochoa, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 single, batted .250. Taya Opheim, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 2 runs on 2 hits, and 2 two-run homers, batted in 4 runs total. Let's see, Alex Agee, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 1 run on 1 hit, which happened to be a home run, and as a result, it was a 2-run homer, so she'll get an RBI as well. Ava Kalbrenner, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 2 hits on 1 single and 1 double. Greta Rader, 4 plate appearances, 2 at-bats, 1 run, and she was walked twice. Sophie Cody, 4 plate appearances, 3 at-bats, no runs on 1 hit, 1 single, and has 1 RBI, batted .333 and was walked once. Let's see here. Sammy Sanford, 0 for 4. Alexa Hamry, 1 for 4, as she had 1 run on 1 hit on a double, batted .250. And that wraps up your batting stats for Fargo North. Pitching for Fargo North, it was all Gabby Olick. Pitched all 6 innings. And let's see, she'd face a total of 36 batters, throw 39 balls and 70 strikes for 109 pitches total. Allowed 11 runs and struck out 8, 6 looking and 2 swinging. Allowed 14 hits and walked 4 batters. And for the Moorhead Spuds, Kate Galbranson, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 singles and a triple, plus an RBI, batted .750. Kenzie Donner, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 1 hit on 1 double and 1 RBI, batted .250. Althea Bradstein, 4 plate appearances, 3 at-bats, 3 runs, 1 hit, 1 single, batted .333.
Drew Severson, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 2 hits on a single and a home run, and had 2 RBIs, batted .500. Matty Spaeth, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 singles, a double, and a home run. I believe that home run was an inside-the-park home run. It was either her or Severson who got, I'm pretty sure it was Spaeth who got the inside-the-park home run. As a result, she batted 1,000. She was the only batter from either team with a 1,000 batting average. Yitzel Delgado, 4 plate appearances, 4 at-bats, 3 hits for 3 singles, and 4 RBIs, batted .750. Let's see here. Pitching, it was all Drew Severson. She'll get the win. Pitched all 7 innings, faced 36 batters, 42 balls and 72 strikes on 114 pitches, allowed 8 runs. And that is an ERA of 9, or a 9-inning ERA of 9. Struck out 6. All 6 of them struck out swinging. Allowed 10 hits. Walked 3 batters. Hit no batters and allowed 3 home runs. 2 of those from Taya Opheim. Both of those Opheim home runs are 2-run home runs over the left field fence. Score by innings, 3-0 Moorhead after 1. Fargo North would get 2 back and hold the Spud scoreless in the second. We would be 3-2 moving to the third. Fargo North would get 2 more runs in the top of the third, and at that point, the Spartans would have the lead at the score of 4-3. Moorhead would not score in the bottom of the third. Moorhead would hold the Spartans scoreless in the top of the fourth. Moorhead would get 5 runs in the bottom of the fifth, and at that point, it was 8-4. Fargo North would get 1 of those runs back in the top of the fifth to make it 8-5 after 5 heading into the 6th inning. Fargo North would score 3 in the top of the 6th to tie it at 8, but then Moorhead would respond and get all 3 of those runs back, and then that would make it 11-8. Fargo North would score. There would be a 1-2-3 inning for the Spartans in the top of the 7th, and that would be your final score. Moorhead Spuds 11, Fargo North 8. Unofficial numbers: Moorhead 11 runs on 14 hits, 1 Fargo North error, and 7 left on base. Fargo North 8 runs on 10 hits, 2 Moorhead errors, and 7 left on base. That's going to wrap it up here for Moorhead High School. Once again, the next game is tentatively for tomorrow. We will have a game for you tomorrow. If it's not a Fargo North Spartan softball game, due to the fact that the game can't be played at Mickelson right now, and as of last check, as of yesterday afternoon, the game can't be played at West Fargo. So if the game doesn't get played, we might have another softball game for you, or possibly even a girls soccer game. We'll have to take a look at the schedule, as a lot of things have been rescheduled, and the games that we thought were going to happen tomorrow are probably not going to happen anymore, and it might be a totally different game with only 2 different teams playing. So we'll figure all that out later tonight, and we'll have our website updated later tonight. And Fargo North softball game, it'll be a doubleheader against West Fargo. If it happens, that'll take the priority, and we'll have that game, if it happens, for you tomorrow here on the ND Sports Channel. So with that said, that'll wrap it up. Your final score one more time, 11-8. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you whenever the next game happens to be, right here on the ND Sports Channel. Have a great rest of the evening. In our first year and 4 months on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you a total of 407 games, and 377 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 377 games that would have had 0 broadcast coverage if not for the sponsors who support our sports webcast. We ask that you please patronize and support the sponsors you hear about in this sports broadcast on the ND Sports Channel. Join us and put your business products and services in front of an average of 234 viewers per game. Let's team up.